it's kind of like mixed signals, and you hear a bunch of different things coming out of Berea. So we heard those players talking, John Johnson III, Joel Bitonio. Here's Mike Garafolo from NFL Network in a report where Odell Beckham Jr. has to agree to not report. So that's where the beginning of this is. But here is what Mike Garafolo has heard.
You can't just look at the film and say, well, why aren't they throwing him the football? Well, it's up to him to do what he needs to do. But I do want to echo what she said. I mean, there's this notion here that the team is saying, you're excused from practice, get out of the building, we don't want to see you. Odell has a hand in this. They can't just do that. You can't just tell a player to disappear. You'd have to suspend him for conduct detrimental to the team, and they have not done that. So Odell is as much a part of this and his absence from the building right now as the Browns are. And, you know, this is from a player here. He said he does nothing, talks to no one. He's just got a malcontent attitude. So that's what you're seeing inside the building. He's clearly upset with the fact that he's not getting the football, whether it's Baker Mayfield's fault or somebody else's fault, and that is on display inside the building. So the players are sitting there saying, we'd love to have him back if he wants to be here, because he's a great player and he could be a big part of our offense. But that's the key part that I just said, if he wants to be here. You heard what Aditi said. He's got as much a hand in this as the team does, Tom.
And Tim, that seems to be the key point. It doesn't seem like Odell wants to be in Cleveland anymore. He hasn't come out and said it, but everything he's doing is saying that.
I mean, it's the old saying, actions speak louder than words. You know, there's the video that goes up. I'm sure Odell, in one text to his dad, could basically be like, hey, what are you doing? Why is that video up? And that video is still, I believe that Instagram post is still up, and it's been almost 2 days. And then Wednesday, of course, Kevin Stefanski saying that, you know, he hasn't heard from Odell Beckham, so I'm assuming there's radio silence involved between Beckham and the Browns. And, you know, that video coming out that his dad linked to, it feels like it's one of those cases where everything kind of boiled over to kind of the breaking point. And Beckham got targeted just once in that game against the Steelers. It was a 6-yard catch, and that's all he had in the entire game. So I'm sure he wants to be a part of this of things. He wants to win, but it seems like when he's not getting the football and he's not even being targeted in some cases, if he feels like Baker Mayfield is just looking at him and then going to somebody else, like he feels like he's being ignored, maybe that's where the frustration comes from. It's hard to get inside the head of Odell, but I feel like maybe the ultimate resolution, of course, is if the Browns do decide to officially kind of move on from him. We'll see kind of what happens, but obviously I doubt he plays Sunday against the Bengals. We'll see kind of what happens as far as, you know, if he's actually on the team in the next few days or if they move on from him. It'll be fascinating to kind of see how this ends.